Today we're going to talk about the basics of clean eating. There are a few things you should cut out from your diet immediately, and I'll also tell you why. So let's start with an Asian favorite, MSG, which is monosodium glutamate. You might be familiar with a brand called Ajinomoto, and it's used in a lot of Asian dishes to actually enhance the flavor of it. So your body actually thinks that there's more nutrition inside than it actually is. So MSG overexcites your nerves to a point of total damage. So some people, they're very sensitive to it and they might feel the effect immediately. Like for instance me, when I have a dish with MSG, I get headache and I have digestive issues, so I can feel it immediately. Some other people, they might not feel the effect at all, but it will accumulate over time. MSG is something you want to cut out from your diet immediately. When you go shopping, it's easier because you can read it from the labels, and I'll show you in a later segment where and how you can discover it. For now, when you eat out, you might want to ask for your dish without MSG or Ajinomoto. So the second item we're going to get rid of are trans fats. Trans fats you can find in things like margarine, baked goods, pizzas, fast food, and they're so bad for us because basically what we try to do is we force a liquid oil into a solid state. So when your body takes up this fat molecule, it thinks that it's a normal one and it builds it into the body, but then it cannot communicate with the other cells, and this is where problems start. So cut this out immediately. The next item on the list is very widely spread, and if you think about a green cake or a blue drink, chances are you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about artificial colorings and flavorings. And again, these are really bad for our health and we want to cut them out immediately. So the next item on the list might be a little bit shocking because it's soy, and many people think it's healthy, but it's actually not. Soy is disrupting your hormones, and that's not good for men and also not for women. Soy contains naturally a lot of estrogen that we don't want to have as women, but also not as men. So try to avoid soy products as much as possible. Soy is very often GMO, which stands for genetically modified, and that's another item you want to remove from your diet. GMO foods are linked to serious issues like infertility and others, and it might be easier for the crops to grow, but definitely is not to our advantage. So these were the items you should remove from your diet immediately. But now moving on to the things you should actually add to your diet, which is more natural and more organic foods. So whenever we have the food itself, like an apple or the nut itself or the grains, this is what we consider natural. When we have it in a processed form, let's say for instance apple crumble cake or something else, then this is when it's processed and not considered as natural anymore. Another good food choice are organic foods. Why? Because of course they have less chemicals, so less pesticides and fungicides, and at the same time more nutrients as well. Choose organic whenever you can. But the most important thing is that you choose organic when the items are directly in touch with the pesticides. Like for instance, if you say a lettuce, a salad, where it's directly sprayed on the plant, that's something you would want to avoid. We have prepared for you a list of the dirty dozens and the clean 15, which you can find in today's worksheet.